Good morning. It is Wednesday. Wednesday, I love Wednesday. It's a day to just slightly look back and intensely stay in the day and know things are going great. Things are not heading the way. Good morning, Ryan. How are you this morning? How are you feeling today? It's a beautiful Wednesday. It's not as warm as yesterday, but it's supposed to get warmer. It's raining. Good morning. How are you? Beth Harris, real artist joint. Good morning, and how are you feeling this morning? Good morning, Aman. Missed you. How are you feeling this morning? I have three. Is it guys? Strictly guys this morning. Oh my, that is nice. That is good. That's a good sign. The guys are coming in. It's the morning blessing. Good morning, Arita. How are you this wonderful, amazing morning? You are beautiful soul family. Keep going and keep shining. You're like a star. So yes, here we are, and it's 8 a.m. So let's get the show on the road. Good morning, Angelina. Could somebody please write, welcome to the morning blessing. Stacy doesn't seem to be here this morning, and I can pin it up. So when people come, they know we're saying, welcome to the morning blessing. The morning blessing is our thing. With Tessa-Marie, good morning. Good morning, sweeties. Guys, girls, ladies, gentlemen, somebody do that. Welcome to the morning blessing. Yes, Angelina. Waiting to hear you play some music. I thought of you this morning and I said, when is Angela going to play? Thank you, Angelina. I love this. We can pin that so when the people who do not know us show up, they'll know we are saying, welcome to the morning blessing. Morning, Lisa. Missed you yesterday. How are you feeling? How is your aunt feeling? As you guys know, hello, Nancy, my dear. How are you feeling this morning? I write, this is my angel book. And it's one of my sister gave me. It's quite a beautiful book. The cover reflects to those holes. But you know me, I love, good morning, nephew. I love to save things and I didn't want to take the plastic off. But it's a beautiful book. That's my angel book. I write in there to my angel. So, not I writing, I just listen. That's one of the things I do every day. I listen to what comes because by that time, this was 5:45 this morning when I wrote this. There are many days that you will notice that things are not coming along. Things are not going the way you intend it to go. This is not the time to stop. This is not the time to stop churning the milk. Believe it is happening. It always is happening. Comfort yourself by saying, I can't read my own writing there because I was deep into it. It is happening. Use nature as your North Star. Stay in the energy of nature. For nature is your teacher, leader, and observe that nature evolves constantly. If the energy of nature is always moving, why do you want your energy to stop? Because right now you are in a good place. You and nature are no different. And that was what I got. So guess what I decided to do? I'm going to hook on this one for our morning blessing. So I have bookmarks. And I just want to share this. We all need bookmarks. And you don't have to buy a bookmark. This is from a card, a birthday card. And you just cut it. So that was what was in my angel book. So it's just the way I do things. That doesn't mean I'm saving millions and thousands of dollars by doing that. I am just utilizing what I've got. And I'm asking you, sometimes you want a bookmark, take a card and cut off the flowers on the card and make a bookmark. And that says that every time you pick it up, you can also write who gave you this card and the date. So rather than just have them piled there and you're hurting, you're feeling sympathetic, you don't want to get rid of them because they came from our children, do that. And just write from Michael, from Jen and Michael, from this one for Jillian and Joe, from Vanessa and from when Kylie draws, same thing. So you figure this and hold on to this. Like I said, my sister sent this book. She knows I like to write. She doesn't like to journal, but I do. So because of that, she always finds a way to send me something. Of course, me to her is something in fashion. So when things are not going the way you desire them to go, I want you all, I think everybody here, every single, except for my nephew and Angelina, I don't think she has any children, but you might have nieces and nephews, and you observe. When things are not going the way you intend them to go, and you're saying it's not going to happen, what I want you to do, you also face that time when you were raising the children or when you were nurturing them. So we didn't use raising because that's what they always said. But when you were nurturing them, I just a beautiful book that Lynn made from a beautiful picture she took. Yeah, that's what I mean. So thank you for sharing that. So hi Jean, good morning. See you face to face on Saturday. So when you go and you get this amazing feeling that I things are not going the way I want them to go, I want you to remember how exasperating it was in many cases raising or nurturing our children to be the amazing and wonderful adults they are today. At that time, did you ever believe those kids of yours would even grow up? You didn't. You just, it was the school call, this one called, that one called. And sometimes you're just looking, and then my husband was a pusher of the, oh, do what you want. Oh, Vanessa decides she doesn't want to send dimes to Africa Fund anymore. And she came home and she's angry that she's tired of giving her dimes to Africa, and it's time the president of Africa teach his people how to grow their own food. And she is 8, and my husband says to her, write a letter. Everything is write a letter. And I have to say, no, you don't do that. The school will call. But she's not happy about doing that. Vanessa, have your food. I don't want it. There are people starving in Africa. Go eat your food. Here, take it and send it to them. I never knew she would grow up to be who she is. I just never knew that she would do that. Michael's teacher entered the classroom and she said to them, you guys have a reputation and I have a reputation. So let's see who's going to win. That teacher ended up being their best friend. Every time he comes to Canada, he goes to look, well, how is Mrs. Adamo Foster doing? But so, many of these things, they would just tell you. There's some kids know you do not have to fix anything, like Jillian toed the line. That is Jillian. But Vanessa and Michael, you always had to wonder. Vanessa come home and she's complaining. Mr. Knight took my cap from my head, and I said, why? She said, well, when I put my ponytail in there and I forget I have it, and you're not supposed to wear it in class. My husband, write a letter. So she writes a letter to Mr. Knight. Mr. Knight phones me and says, Vanessa, write a letter and told me to pay her for the cap if I like it so much. We never dreamed that these children are going to come out of that. But it's changing. So when things are not going the way you desire them to go back and look at the changes. That at the time, you never thought these people would ever stop. And Michael comes and he says, I play hockey. I bang people into the boards, and this teacher is telling me about crushing paper. And I'm going, what do you want me to do? I'm not going back to school at the age of 5 because they're not educating me like you said. I sleep, I eat, and I come home. I never thought he would grow up to be the man he is. At the time, all I'm dealing with is that I'm not seeing the incremental changes happening in all of these things in our life. We don't see them. Like when you first started playing the piano, Angelina, did you believe you'd be playing so beautifully today? When you first got your driver's license, ladies and gentlemen, did you believe you would be able to drive so comfortably today? But small incremental steps were being made. And the thing is, sometimes we weren't seeing them because we were so tied up in the challenge that we were facing. When people that you raise and have in your house open the fridge and say to you, there is not a thing to eat in this house. And some of us would feel guilty, oh my God, do we really don't have food here? And these are the kind of things we went, but yeah, here we are today. Here we are today. When Maria and Rosa, and what was the other lady's name? Teresa, sat down and they were talking about their sons, and one of them said, oh my dear, when people see my son, they said, oh wow, he's so beautiful. And another one will say, oh, my son is a priest. They go, oh, your excellency, and this one. And they say, Maria, what does people say when they see your son? She says, oh my God. That's what she said. So, but at the time, did you think she saw God? Did you think she saw it in that passion? She eclipsed the other ladies. So this is what we forget. That, and then we are, no, here we are. We are changing things. We want to get things done faster because we suddenly learned to point and click. And 2 days later, Amazon drops it at the door. Pointing and clicking. But everything in life, although we have evolved into pointing and clicking, we do not write with a quill pen. I learned to write with a pen, with a nib, and I had to dip in the ink, and I had to form my letters, and I couldn't go beyond that line. I don't have to do this anymore. I can just point and click. And this is what we expect in everything we do. So when it is not flowing your way, when it is not following your intention, this is the time to push forward. Not the time to stop churning the milk. It takes time to get the high grade of butter you're looking for. You want better. You want a high grade of butter. You want something that is amazing to the taste. You want, when you look at your goals, dreams, and desires, like you're looking at your children or your family or even yourself, at your husband, when you started the journey and it was a little bit of income. Here you are now with a pension, maybe, or you're still at that point, but 10 years ago you had no income. It was a slow churn. But here you are. When the actions you are taking are frustrating, they are causing more dissatisfaction than satisfaction. Look towards nature. Use nature as your North Star. Use nature as your GPS. Use nature as your compass. Because there is no satisfaction. No, yesterday we talked, no matter what I do, it's not working. But this time you're not seeing the little things that happen as you go along the journey called life. All you know, you're not satisfied with where you are right now. That's all you know. All you know is that it's not flowing my way. Purposely. Enter into the energy of nature purposely. How do you do that purposely? It's very in the world of point and click and go. In that world, that's where we are. Even if we're 100 years old, they expect us to point and click. I know how to throw my age when I need help. When I go to get something done and it's all technology and somebody comes on the line, I tell them, listen to me, I'm 77. So if you have no patience, hang up, because somebody else, I will have to get somebody with patience. So, because everything is run, oh, you can just do that. Oh, well, just go and click on this camera. I said, the camera is at the top of the garage and that's where you want me to go. Would you ask your mother to go there? So send somebody over. But everything is instant. What I ask you to do is to step, good morning, Yuko, to step into the energy of the day. Harness nature's energy. When I say that to somebody, purposely enter into the energy of nature. Harness some time to go into nature. Why am I saying to harness time? I always ask you to harness what you desire. I always say to my students, hey, you have to harness money. Money has to be harnessed. If it is not harnessed, it takes off like a wild horse. And you have to be chasing it down and you can never catch up with it again. Well, guess what? Harness into the energy of nature. How do you do that? Oh, Tessa, and this is what I get. I literally get those. I wrote it down. Excuses to self. Well, I live in the city. It is a concrete jungle out there. It is crowded. So many people. It is not safe. Your excuses goes on and on. The coyotes are mating, Tessa-Marie. I can't go for a walk in the woods. The coyotes are mating. All of that. Okay, you can stop. I got it. But guess what? It's up to you. Harnessing nature, you can do it both ways. You can decide that you're in nature in visualization. You can go in, and meet the 7-year-old inside of you. There is a 7-year-old there, male or female. A 7-year-old you has not left you. That 7-year-old you could dream. That 7-year-old you knows how to visualize. Connect. you cannot go to and tap nature, because nature is just crazy. Everything is wrong with the world out there. You know, even the coyotes, and you'll get attacked, and it's crowded. There's so many people, and you know, and all of that. But in every concrete jungle I have been in, there is nature. There's a little bit of nature. You can leave your home. Luckily for me, I live in a jungle, which is actually nature everywhere you could see it. I've got it. But I can leave my home and go down for 30 minutes to Edward Gardens and look at tropical plants and flowers all through the winter. It's covered. It's in the middle of the city. We have a botanical garden in Hamilton. We have parks and places. Fine. There are lots of people, lots more people than there was before. That is just how the world is right now. But if you cannot do that, what about going in? Because you will find that person in nature. You will find the 7-year-old you. They're never more than 7, never 10, not even 8, 7, the age of reason, in nature, and ask for help there. Because that you need to slow down. You need to slow down and take your time to churn that milk. You're looking for high-grade butter. And you're not going to get high-grade butter if all you do is put it. You all know what happens when you cook on high. You spend another 30 minutes cleaning the top, the pot, the stove, the dish, the counter, the floor. Why the rush for everything else? When things are not moving in that direction that you want, stop to see the little movements it is making, because it is moving. It's time to visit a park. For a flower shop has nature. Meander through the gardens around in your neighborhood. Stop on the sidewalk. There's always a beautiful garden. Go and touch a tree somewhere. Maybe that tree has never been touched. Guess what? You have the energy. You're getting the energy and the power from that tree. Go on a garden tour. They have garden tours in the spring. My garden used to be on the garden tour in our area, and then after COVID came, I just stopped it. Stop at a river, a lake, a little bit of water, and especially in spring, just a little bit of water that has no purpose. It's just on the sidewalk. You look, there's some grass and there's water. Look carefully. There will be duck and ducklings, because it's not a big pond. And look at nature. Just look at it and slow down. Go into the valleys, little ups and down places, find them. No matter how small that piece of nature is, stay for a while in the energy of nature. The thing is, we are fidgety. Human beings, we are so fidgety. We cannot just sit down. It's almost like we need ourselves to be trapped. Because it doesn't seem that we have the ability to just sit. To just sit and inhale the moment. 30 seconds or less, it doesn't matter. It's practice that makes it perfect. It's the consistency of doing something that makes you able to do it. Playing the piano like Angelina, cooking a great meal, doing things, doing what you have to do, editing videos, learning to talk, learning to pay your bill. Is the little pieces that come slowly together that makes you successful at it. So that's why you cannot, I can't. I can't sit still for 15 minutes. Are you crazy? I don't have the time. But again, you do have it, because you just lost it, telling me you don't have it. And you cannot get it back. And all I'm asking is to do it daily. You do not, even in the big thing of winter. My girlfriend named her baby Velvet. And I said, how did you choose that name? She said, I was sitting by the window and the snow was falling and it looked like just velvet, the fabric falling softly. And she named the baby Velvet. What happened there? She was in her house, pregnant, but she was enjoying nature. So it's possible, because nature teaches us so much. It teaches us a lot. No matter how small that piece of nature is, stay in it for a while. Enjoy nature. Ask nature to help you see that things are moving along. Let nature teach you. Why can I not see the tiny changes? Because you know why? You're looking for the huge one. You're looking for the quick one. You're looking for the big lip. You're jumping over, getting there faster. But it took you time. It took so much time for you to get into all that debt. It didn't happen overnight. It's when you jump into a relationship too quickly, then you say, oh, I have to get out of this. This doesn't work for me. But if you go back, you'll notice you didn't think it through. You let the glitter of the moment cover the truth. And you couldn't wait. You didn't walk away and say, you know what, let me think this through. Oh, you know the magic? I can tell you about it. At the moment of putting a pair of boots on to go out to shovel the snow, I had one on, and right there and then, take these boots off. Just take that one off, put another one, change your boots. My answer to self was this: I have already got one on. Guess what? I am still paying for those words today because I did not listen to what nature was telling me. The minute I got to the end of the driveway, before I could shovel, not the beginning of the driveway, I fell right on my shoulder. Still sore, no matter what, it's still there. And that was because that inspiration I didn't listen to. That was the energy of nature telling me that what was out there that I didn't know, and I should change my boots. I had it right there. All I had to do was to take it off. You think I would do that today? No. That is costly. I am still paying for those words. So that is why things are moving slowly. They do not have to move fast. We just have to see the small incremental changes and acknowledge and be aware. These children grew up and we didn't think they would be as successful as they are. And there they are. These children grew up and they can speak. These children grow up and they have a mind of their own. And they can think for themselves. And we never thought they would be able to think for themselves. They would follow their friends. They would not know how to say no. Here they are today. Small steps. So learn and observe that nature evolves very slowly and always constantly. Learn that and observe that. If the energy of nature is always moving, why do you feel that your energy is blocked? We know the energy moves. We know things change. And if the energy of nature is still moving, why is we feeling things are not moving for us? We are blocked. Begin to look at what is happening in your life that you love. Spend more time in it. The thing is, we do not see that things are moving incrementally. Why? Because, we are concentrating on what we believe that is not moving. If we shift our concentration away from what is not moving, we will see that things are moving. We will see that right now there is no snow where I live, and normally, as I said, the night before Vanessa was born, her birthday was on the 3rd or the 4th of March. I shoveled snow and she was born the Saturday morning. But this year, there was no snow. So things changed. It moved. Maybe at that time, I would think we would never get off this driveway if Dawn, my sister, and I did not shovel that snow. 9 months pregnant, but it had to be done. So these are the things we have to see. And that it does move. Begin to look at what is happening in your life that you love. Spend more time in it. So what you love that is happening, spend more time in it. You know how you push yourself to even love it more? Is when you smile at it. When you smile at it. When you smile at that it that you love, or you smile at the satisfaction of accomplishing it, you smile at the satisfaction of seeing it, observing it, of being it, of touching it. That is when you know you're moving in the right direction. When you touch it with a smile. When you polish it off with a smile. When you realize and you get that aha moment That moment when all of a sudden something click, that's where you spend your time. Not gallivanting into the what you know is broken and requires more from you. So if while you're churning the butter, some dust drops in the butter, do you stop? Or guess what? Or one of those things that are flying falls, are you going to stand there and just give up, pour the butter down the drain? No, you're going to pick it out. Your goal is to churn it, and the churning is slow. Have you ever taken the white of an egg, put it in a bowl, and use a whisk until you bring it to a peak? It doesn't happen after 10 whisks, but you know it's happening as you whisk it. And that is what all of life is about. Meditate with a purpose to know how to love the life you created. That life is your doing. You know, meditate with a purpose to know how to love the life you created. That life is your doing. Nature will help you see that yes, your intention is unfolding like a bud is ready to bloom. So instead of complaining about everything in your life, instead of complaining about what is happening, good morning, Amma, how are you feeling today? Things are not moving because you can't see the small incremental steps. So instead of complaining about what is not moving in your life, meditate with a purpose. Know how to love the life you created. That life is your doing. Nature will help you see that yes, your intention is unfolding like a bud in a rose is waiting to bloom. You can stand there if you want. You can stand there if you want. And you can stand there and never move until that bud opens up. But guess what? It will take longer for the bud to open up or for the rose to stay healthy. So remember that. That beautiful rose opened up because it takes time to open it. It takes time to churn milk to butter. It takes time to exercise your body to get to where you want to be. It also took you time to overeat to carry the weight you have. It also took you many trips to the supermarket and the stores to get into debt to that you have. So when you're paying it down and you're not seeing the changes, look for the tiny dollar that was less than last month. Things are not unfolding as you want them to, but there is intentional action taking place, like nature. Nature unfolds in a slow way. Click and point does not go for everything. Click and point is not all what you can do all the time to get what you want. Sometimes ask nature to help you. If, as you said to me, Tessa-Marie, I live in a concrete jungle. There is no nature anywhere. There are too many people. It smells, it stinks, it this, it that. I'm allergic to the world. I get it. I ask you to go inside and meet that 7-year-old. You will find him or her there. I'm telling you, have you ever done it in meditation? Purposely drop yourself into yourself. It's like you're going all the way down to your second chakra, and lo and behold, you will find yourself in a garden. You will find yourself there, that tiny 7-year-old. Do not expect to get a 15-year-old. Decision made, 15-year-old took off already. You are leaving the 15-year-old, but you left the pure 7-year-old in there. You left that person in there. The person with, I can do it, dreams, goals, desire, that person, you will left them there. They're not going to go. They're always there because they know we need to connect every now and again to go in and say, hi, how are you doing today? How are you feeling? What can you teach me today? And that is where we have to go. So you cannot find nature on the outside of you. Nature lies within you. Ask the God of visualization to help you in meditation. Like I said, meditate purposely to know how to love the life you created. That life is your doing. So look in it. There has to be something there. And if you concentrate on the good thing there, the little things you say that is not happening, when things are not going the way you desire, when it is not flowing the way you intended it to flow, this is the time to push forward, not the time to stop churning the milk. It takes time to get the high grade quality of butter you're looking for. And that's you. You want to be that high grade butter. The butters we get today is full of soya. Those of us that are a little bit older, you remember the butter would melt if you left it in a hot kitchen. Nowadays, you could put it in the stove and you're lucky if it melts. That's so much soya. And if you have to get real butter, it will cost you twice the price of the one that is $7 or whatever. So remember that. It takes time to churn milk to make pure butter, high grade butter. So, and the little changes are happening. It's just that we are too busy pointing and clicking and waiting and it arrives. That we think that all we put a little effort in will happen. No. When things are not going our way, we need to concentrate and realize, the kids are older today. The kid you gave up on and said they won't get it, they'll never learn it, they won't be successful, they cannot do it, all of that. Today you look at them and you might say to them, hey, you really surprised me. As a child you were a tyrant. As a child you were this. And here you are. So my son said, raising them in the 80s, I was a raving maniac. And I said, thank God for that. Look at you today. And he just looked at me and goes, whatever, mother. And anyway, here we are. Let's see who we are. Hi, Nancy. How are you doing today? Jean, Yuko, ladies. How are you feeling today? Angelina, Arita, Lisa, Ryan, and my dear amazing nephew, Shelly. So guys, thank you so much for dropping by this morning. I'm happy and grateful. And remember, I have to keep saying that because I get so much, like Yuko said, the haters come from every, and Yuko and I have a surprise for you. I forgot to tell you. Today, I'm asking you to make sure you join us on Sunday. Sunday, we are going to talk to you about creating your own blue zone. To create your own blue zone of healthy living. And that will be on Sunday. Our morning blessing is how to create your own unique blue zone for a healthy living. 9:30 Eastern Standard Time till 10:30. So join us. We are just bursting at it. And we are planning to do a Zoom seminar because we're getting so much interest into our self-care show that we're going to put it together and do a self-care. We don't know yet, but that's one of the things we're working on. So it's going to be this weekend, Sunday, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. And it's going to be about creating your own blue zone. Normally, we don't give our topic out. We just say Sunday self-care, come as you are. Like my brother's place where wash your foot and come inside. I'm just saying, grab your coffee, lie in your bed, get your notebook and listen to us. Well, this Sunday, it's how to create your own blue zone. Everybody can create, no matter where you are, you can create your own blue zone. And then we will have a seminar, it will maybe be 3 hours or so, on how to do this, how to take care of, how to do this thing. Because everybody sends us notes, those who likes us, send us note about how we look, all of that. They send us notes about what you eat. I cook stuff and I show you what I do. And you ask, why are you always smiling? And all these men out there that are sending me these things, you know what, it's a different world there. So, you are so beautiful, you are so charming, you did this. Why don't you send me a friend request? And I go, what world is this? I don't want to be your friend. I didn't tell you you were handsome. You decided that and you still want me to beg you. Isn't that nice? Some people have a lot of balls, don't they? So I laugh and walk away. So anyway, so these are the energies. How do you get your energy like that? Why are you up and ready to go in the morning? How come you guys too are jumping up and down? This type of things all the time. So we're going to share and practice, show you how to do it. And that will be the seminar. And Sunday, we will give you enough information to make you create that blue zone, because The blue zone makes you feel good no matter what's going on outside of you. Have a wonderful morning and a beautiful day. And I have a very, what do you call it, noisy street. They're giving us new electrical, and we have it already. They're refurbishing it or whatever. So it's really crowded on our street. But other than that, life is absolutely beautiful. And a lot of nice looking men out there. Have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.